Welcome back. You're watching part 5 of my tutorial on Brahms Opus 24, the Variations and Fugue on a theme by Handel. Today we will be discussing Variation 3. The first thing you may have noticed is that Variation 2 has no end of its own, but continues directly into Variation 3. As we go through more variations, I will also give you an overview of the overall structure of the whole work. For now, let me just tell you that Brahms took care to have a good variety of structural elements, such as variations tied together, variations with a distinct end, sometimes even with a fermata, and sometimes two variations forming a pair. Do you remember Variation 1? We stated a complementary rhythm there, meaning that when the right hand has 16th notes, the left plays an 8th note and vice versa. Now here we have the same phenomena. The motives in both hands are the same all the time. It's a sigh, preceded by a separated upbeat. If I omit the upbeat, you will see that the sighs of the right and left hand alternate perfectly. But that would be a little boring, right? So by putting in the upbeat, we have this interlocking principle again, creating that wonderful flow of Variation 3. Another thing is interesting. In music, a sigh means that you have a heavy note tied to a lighter and slightly lower note. But Brahms makes it a little more difficult for the performer here. The heavy part is only one note, whereas the light part consists of a chord of 3 notes, which would be 3 times louder if I'd play them with the same weight. So you see, the pianist has to take great care of playing them as light as possible to point out the side character of that motive. Even worse, at the same time, you always have to play the short note in the other hand, the upbeat. So it takes some practice time to get this variation the way it should sound. As we speak about interpretation, you probably have observed that I play the repetition of both parts different from the first time. The first time I use very little pedal, almost none, to make it sound very clear, distinct, maybe a little dry. In the repetition then, I add more pedal, creating a different sound, more flowing, more relaxed, more caressing. This is the end of part 5. Part 6 will cover Variation 4, which is technically very challenging and quite impressive to see and hear. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.